electronics engineering is around 760. He has been identified as an outstanding person in the field of computer science and engineering in Marcus Who, October 2003, New Jersey, West. He has also been identified as an outstanding person in the field of computational science and engineering in Who, December 2005 issue, 6 Coimbatore Publications, United Kingdom. He has been placed as a VIP member in the Continental Who Registry of National Business Leaders, New York, 2006. Dr. Sivanandam has published 18 books. Amongst is the most prominent book, Principles of Soft Computing, which has taken its way of the 19th reprint 3rd edition by Lady Publishers. He has delivered around 154 special lectures of different specializations in summer and winter school and also in various engineering colleges. He has guided and co-guided 72 PhD research works and at present 3 PhD research scholars are working in it. The total number of technical publications in international, national journals and conferences is 712. He has also received Certificate of Merit 2005-2006 for his paper from the Institute of Engineers India. He has chaired and coordinated 63 international conferences and 15 national conferences. He has received the Best Researcher Award for a period of 5 years from 2005 to 2009 in PhD College of Technology. A member of various professional bodies, he is also a technical advisor for various reputed industries and engineering institutions. His research area includes modeling and simulation, neural networks, fuzzy systems and genetic algorithm, pattern recognition, multidimensional system analysis, linear and nonlinear control system, signal and image processing, control system, power system, parallel computing, data mining, and many more. With respect to his research attributes, he possesses 7,420 citations, H index of 22, and item index of 49 as on date. We are honored to have you amongst us today, sir. The session is yours, sir.
Come to next. Close. Remote focus. Remote.
Okay. Carry on.
Remote focus. Close. No, in the frame. Close.
Good morning to all the faculty members involved with the teaching profession and to become the participant of this program, empowering the moral values, ethics, and behavioral attitudes in teaching skills and among teachers. This is a very wide open title, so you can ask a lot of questions and many more. Those are all involved in the teaching profession. Generally, profession means, we mean only the medical science and the law, where on the completion of the coursework, they undergo training with the senior-most people, and that is called the profession. But ours are the teaching job, because after completion of the ME, you straight away join as assistant professor without having any experience. So at least this is what the status of the present day. So I'll try to give all the experiences I have had in my personal life. starting from 1966. Before that, let me give the salutation. Guru Brahman, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara. Guru Shachat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri Mahagurave Namaha. This universal effect is generally called a Prabhanjam, which is being controlled by the external source. That's called the source of Prabhanjam. All the energy level traversing with a different frequency from the space and down to the earth. Though we have had all the education, BE, ME, then PhD, our frequency of living as a human being, it starts from about 3 cycles per second, that's called 3 Hz, and up to 7 Hz during the sleeping time. Is a span 3 Hz to 7 Hz, the sleeping moon. Then 7 Hz above, up to 14 Hz is awakening time being triggered by your parents from your birth. Then 14 years after, up to 43 Hz, you are actually working on this earth with the different kinds of profession, especially your teaching profession. Your energy level frequencies 14 Hz approximately, because there is no exactness in the world. So 43 Hz. In this period, you are trying to listen, learn, work, train, and get experience. When you come back home, again you're coming back to the 40 Hz down to 7 and go to bed between 7 down to 3 Hz. If you ask yourself, what are the values with which you live and cultivate your knowledge? That's called the culture. The culture being taught by your parents only from the earlyhood, when you was a boy and baby girl. If the parents have had a very good cultural behavior and conduct with the moral science and morality, they can teach you well and train you well in your house. It should be noted down that there is no timetable available in your house to maintain you all. The moment you coming to your college as a teacher, you have specially designed a timetable by your college authorities, and they are controlled by the university attached with which they have to work. For example, Anna University, the Northern Science, different types of universities are there. So the main body prepared by the respective university with which you are attached, you follow the timetable in the working time. You are powered, it's called empowered. You follow simply the timetable. You have designed a syllabus, and you follow the syllabus, the contents of the syllabus for every period, and you go ahead with that. But due to the course of this one, this is my experience, which is not available in a book, right? If I ask you how the Anna University has, the respective university, which it might be in whole India, the base, all the information they got for formulation of the syllabus is mostly from foreign countries. Our own framed syllabus is very difficult because there should be a basis for you. It's only available in the website, or you can contact the other universities in the world, then get them all and then give a shape and formulate your syllabus. Especially your college, Dr. NGB College, it's an autonomous in forming the syllabus, but they have to maintain at least about 40 to 50% of the university contents of the syllabus. The Western countries is not so. So the learning process, the cultural process, that's called the cultural festival. You have cultural festival in your college, but that's totally different from what you have in the house. The parents give a cultural value. That is morning, this time you wake it up, then do all these activities as per the instruction by the chief most architect of the house is your mother. She's the best operating system. I can quote the example. The morning she wakes up and designs using the power of the experience had from your mother and father of that lady. She gives the training. So with the instruction cycle formulated by your mother, you follow the procedure. So this is the basis of your cultural activity starting in the house. So go step by step by step by step. This is called step-by-step learning given by your mother. You will not make mistake because you are following the instruction cycle given by your mother. The frequency is 7 to 14 hertz. It's not so simple frequency level, right? There are 7 peaks, positive peaks, and 7 negative peaks in the first quadrant as well as the fourth quadrant of the organ diagram, mathematical. My speech mostly mathematical psychology, mathematical philosophy, which were followed by the great mathematician who lived 6,000 years ago before, is the great mathematician Pythagoras. So he was not able to identify the functionality of the brain, mind, soul, and the spiritual activities performed by the individual who suffered for about 16 years of time to find a solution on model or this kind of work. Then he got permission from the University of Greece. He came to India and learned these 4 concepts from the great Hindu mathematicians similar to Aryabhatta, then Chandelian, then Sanakyan. They were great saint. They were all saint. They were all having the visionary systems without using any telescope, astronomical telescope. So he learned many more things and he went back to Greece. During the course of his travel from India to Greece, he enunciated, which is a modified version of Aryabhatta, is the theorem of Pythagoras. The first statement is having moral value. Given a right angle triangle, the word you have uttered, in a given right angle triangle, having the side which is parallel to the ground is x unit, vertically 90 degree with respect to earth is y. The distance hypotenuse is formulated as x square plus y square is equal to hypotenuse, distance of square of hypotenuse. Though it looks very simple for you, you can learn and remember. Even if you want to travel space, during the course of traveling to the space, any part of the object in the form of ellipse, triangle, the form of ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, then the rectangular hyperbola, the basic ingredient imbibed in this format, only the right angle triangle, small right angle triangle, where Pythagoras theorem is always applicable. So what his contribution is one of the best contribution, and became a teacher, and he composed, having moral values, teaching methodology, the ethics, as a living being, human being. As a teacher, he composed about 400 phrases. That is called the PHRA, 400 phrases, the golden words of Pythagoras. It's all about 6,000 years before. The Tirukkural was framed by Thiruvalluvar. When I was going through the book, I found that what all told by Pythagoras, the replica available in Tirukkural. His 2 best students, Democritus and Hippocrates, As a student of the best professor, is a 400 phrases. These two research scholars simplified, that's called the data simplification, have been already done 6 or 7 years before. After reading the 400 phrases, the two research scholars devised 200 phrases by Hippocrates and Democritus 200. The book is available. You can go and refer Amazon.com, the golden words of Pythagoras. You should read that. It contains almost all the things needed, which already been told by the great sage Chanakya of Hindu systems. Where the all cultured information given by Chanakya as embedded in Pythagoras. So this is called the culture. You have a separate, you have to follow certain rules and regulation regularly, sincerely, with loyalty. You have to practice and train by yourself. The training should be given by a best teacher. That is the purpose of a teacher. The teacher, the actual word is Teche. T-A-E, C-H-E-A-E, C-H-E-A. Teche. Teche means in the Chinese language, meaning is mother and the child. Che means mother. Tamil language Tamil is called Thai. Che, child is a Chinese word. So the British people, they converted this Teche into teacher. The teacher is one who can really the best person of teaching the methodology. All kinds of activities should be exposed and learn, listen, and living a legend. But the preacher is different. Preacher can be found in the temple, where he can tell the mantras, and you won't understand the meaning of mantras. The temple, he just pronounces and go away. But the teacher is not so. The teacher is always equipped with all kinds of examples, real-time examples, what he has, what he is going to have in future. So, when I was attending 1987, I died in New Delhi, along with my friend Dr. A. Kanaswamy, to learn about the advanced level of computers. That's called the TDC 3 the Trombay computers. It was about a 2 weeks program. We were about 44 people, professors throughout India, government recognized. And we were attending all through 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, in the SSP Raw, he gave a medal for everybody. The best medal was, you can guess that it's only from PH College of Technology. And the medal was given that Dr. S. Sivanandam and Dr. A. Kanaswamy from PH Tech, especially from South India, they were coming to the class earlier to the class hour. The class was starting at 8 o'clock, but we were there by 7:45 a.m. and leaving the seminar hall by, instead of 7, we were leaving by 8 p.m. And myself and Dr. Kanaswamy were referring the library hours. You won't believe, up to 2 a.m. in the morning, then sleeping only for 3 hours of time, and come back. In that set period, I learned neural network, fuzzy logic, and genetic algorithm advanced subject during the set 2 weeks course, as well as the computer. The computer language is known as OCAM, OCCAM, OCAM 1. And we are given training. 1977 means I was about 45 years old boy. I don't call it. 40 years old boy learned. Then with all the syllabus notes which I all taken from the library. Also IIT Bombay, I have been again given a chance to attend. Those things I prepared and submitted for the college, and that was the period. Neural networks, fuzzy logic, been introduced by the university syllabus, especially in Coimbatore, because we were autonomous status, and decided what all the notes I have prepared, worked out, has been completely propagated for all kinds of colleges and universities. With that lock, with the help of Dr. Sttp, we have prepared, and also Dr. Paul Raj, he was from Malaysia. I was able to develop about 24 books with all people, all the students. I don't call them students, they're all teachers. The training that they have, all these teachers are really great and marvelous. Well, I'm always very special thanks to all my students who are all my teachers. Even my teachers taught me very well how to live in this world and learning, listening, and living with moral values. So if we have a cultural feeling, all these things can be coded. That coding algorithm is known as ethics. You should not deviate. You know that corona, you know the word, corona is a Sanskrit word. Recently, we're all suffering right from maybe March 2020 till today. The corona is a virus. In Sanskrit, about 1600 years before, it was called as Corex. That is C-O-R-E-X. The word has been completely modified, transformed, mapped. Now it is known as corona. The corona word is being used by Germans in the transmission and distribution of electric power through the towers. If the total power transmitted more than 400 kV line, 400 kilowatt line, you have a special type. There's a mathematical concept for deriving the corona voltage developed in this space. The distance between the conductors, the length of the transmission line, and the joints with which they are all attached, with the frequency of transmission as well as the space frequency. It's mostly the electronic communication branch oriented, and there is a derivation available for the voltage developed by corona. The transmission of electric power, even now, it has been introduced by the Germans. What I'm telling this example, the teacher should know this meaning of this corona is the disease that you are getting externally or internally. There are two types of diseases. One is called the internal disease and the external disease. External disease you can always manipulate by yourself, but the disease internally crippled, it's not so easy. Even when the doctors, I was having a discussion, they were not able to discuss with me the corona. Whether they will survive or not, they are not able to tell. But if you are a person having the visioning power, and the listening power, and reading power, and speaking power, with all involved with your brain and the mind, you can definitely find the solution for the corona. You can drive with the most powerful is the mantras. So as a teacher, you should know not only your subject matter, but also the general knowledge in all kinds of people, all kinds of area. This is called engineering. Engineering is a field wherein you have cultivated with your basic knowledge with the help of mathematics. The greatest contributor is Sir Srinivas Ramanujam, the famous personality of the mathematics. If you know mathematics, you become the great. If you are not well versed in mathematics, you may have a difficulty. The difficulty comes, one is called the fear complex, another one is called the shyness. There are different types of complexities. The main is fear complex, shyness complex. If you have these two, your learning and behavioral tendency will be minimized. So try to remove your shyness character and fear complex. There are other complexes, one is called the optimistic, another is called the pessimistic, third one is called the sadism. So if you have the combination of these three, any one, two or three, your learning capacity, formulation, following the concept of culture and ethics is somewhat difficult. When you really follow the moral values and the ethics, my simple question is, how many of you really lived, enjoyed happily during the above 8 months, right from the March 2020 and till today? How many of you learned by yourself with the basic platform that you have after attaining or achieving or acquiring a doctorate level or PG level? You may find very difficult to answer me. So presently, I'm guiding how to remove your fear complex, then stress and shyness complex, pessimistic complex, and embedded with the sadism. So the present 2 theses going on now. One is using mantras with the yoga and meditation. And again, with yoga and meditation, the second scheme is the music. For the 2 kinds of people, they are all the principal of the Polytechnic from Kerala state. So I gave a guideline for them. Choose a college or a school with whom you are involved. And there are 5 languages, Tamil, then English, Kannada language, then Arabic language, and Sanskrit language. There are very good schemes available. I asked a sample of the students of the particular polytechnic and the staff working in that polytechnic. I asked them to segregate male, female, as well as age. Please note that this is a research group. You can use your all the powers towards the teaching skills, and though I am completely out of going many places, I develop my skill and talent and skills. You can develop as long as you are involved. You're getting more power? Yes. Then the thesis exam is going to be completed by 4th week of December 2020. You know one thing, these 2 scholars are working along with me for the last 8 years. It's not so easy because 4 publications for each candidate should compile with the Scopus index with citations and recognized by the European countries. Therefore, we are sending the examiner, getting the examiners for the Western countries. We should teach in English, then Arabic language examiners, and then Tamil, then Malayalam, Telugu, and Karnataka. And one fellow is working on the language of Gujarat, depending upon the state from which he is very much known of the language. Now, you will be wondering now, I applied the latest technology of my mind is me and all, everybody. The concept of neural networks, fuzzy logic, and genetic algorithm. How can I introduce this subject and teaching them wherein the deep learning algorithm, the extreme learning algorithm, then convolution concept, then the evolutionary concept, distributed computing concept to formulate the thesis. You know, most of you, the question is, when I asked the doctor, they were wondering to answer my question, what is the way in which the corona virus attacking the human body? You just watch yourself, most of the ladies, female people are not being attacked by the coronavirus. Why is that? Then I asked them whether the virus is female or male. They were not able to tell the answer. So what is the gender for that? You know, the Chinese, I don't know, people can say so that the Chinese have injected this virus. You know, most of the algorithms, what I'm telling, working on the concept of evolutionary algorithm with a distributing algorithm. The moment the coronavirus enters your internal system, it uses the concept of evolution one by one, finding the hiding place where it distributes its power and creates one by one Therefore, you cannot tell this is the exact medicine you want to have. No, you can't tell that. Because this using the concept of evolution and distribution with deep learning concept, it grows very fast and attack the human being because you are inhaling and exhaling your breath and going unwanted places, doing unwanted things in an unconventional manner which cannot be defined by anybody else. This is what the human system involved. Even if you see the Western countries, where they claim that they are very neat and they have clean habits, they are also just attacked. That means the internally growing the viral fever, they don't find medicine, but you have medicine. The medicine is pronouncing mantras with yoga and meditation, and loving the music, hearing the music, and the tunes. They have a healing power for this coronavirus. This is what I have learned during the 8 months with the people working on PhD research work on the application of music, mantras. The mantras, there are different types of mantras. One is called you can chant, another one is you need not chant, you can keep quiet. It's all being followed in the Kerala state as well as in the Sringeri Mutt in Karnataka. You can show your hands movement and control the energy level around you. There is energy level available in the space. That energy level, if it decreases, you have the problem, the immunity problem. So the energy level, I said, the 14 to 43 hertz, it works during daytime. If you do unwanted things, going against your cultural and moral values and ethical values, you're away from the regular activities. You find very difficult to inhale. Breathing problem will start, as well as the last but not the least, your food habits and small exercises to your body. If you have a very nice simple food, I call it the soft food. I call it soft computing, but I say soft food or simple food will help your building capability of immunity. If you are immune to all these things, yeah, I can do that. As a teacher, you have to learn many skills. What are the skills you possess? Anybody try to think by yourself? You're coming to the college, going back home, and using real time. Yesterday I met a student who is a BE Computer Engineering and MBA, advanced MBA level. I asked what is the level of learning during this 8 months. The candidate said nothing. Because my presentation through real time, I'm not able to see my principal or my teachers in front of me. I just look at something else and talk, just like a cinema, wherein I'm not able to see the strong power of my teachers. I'm not able to evaluate my teacher. The skill and talent with which my teacher comes and teaches me, I'm not able to. So there is a disadvantage of the real-time presentation. That's what I want to tell you. I checked up with about 3 or 4 presentations in different colleges. The students, they say that the teacher only teaches what is available in the book she referred, then they mug up you by yourself. This happened within, say, 8 months. So what I'm telling them, the students are not able to judge, right, the performance of the teacher. Where exactly the teacher can give the real-time example, they are not able to. They are not able to give. So you should not be like that. If that is the case, your evolutionary concept was supposed to ask my Dr. Purkumaran, the principal of this college. He's completed BE, ME, PhD, and many more stage speeches. He has given publication with his scholars, other scholars. More things. Suppose I give a topic. It's working for about 12 years approximately. If I give a topic, based on this title of empowering the moral values, ethics, behavioral attitudes, and skill and talent of your teaching, he can give. So because it's open in the title. But if I ask the psychology of the birth of a child, he cannot give. It's very difficult. Right? If I ask him what is the meaning of marriage, you are not able to answer very easily, very quickly, with real meaning. There is a cultural information, reviving, and ethical code in the marriage. Just watch about yourself. Those are all married, and mostly have gone for marriage for only eating the things, available things, morning and midday and night. No. Even if you take your food items on the platform available on the plate, you have different places, right, on the plate, in the plate, and distributed these various items which you are going to have. If you see that the left-hand side, they keep the salt, SLD salt, and the service fellow, he can place as he likes. That's not correct. I can't place my heart to the right-hand side, the liver on the left-hand side. I can't do that. I can't do that. My brain backwards. No, I can't do that. So these food items placed, what is the type of or the way in which I will take my food? It's a big question mark. One BSc chemistry lady and BSc computer technology, her husband, they've opened a hotel, small hotel, which you call Mess. Recently nearby my house in Coimbatore, I visited first time and I gave a direction how to serve the food. They are so happy about it. Because many people came inside. This is called the traditional food items, omitting the envy. I said, purely sir, give the traditional food. This is called purely vegetarian food. Now the mess is very well organized, is going on. I use the word called organization. You have computer organization and organization of the computer. There is what's the difference between that? You can't say same meaning. So your brain developed by Professor Hebb, H-E-B-B. Professor Hebb was the first personality, he was a professor of psychology, right? He gave the meaning how your brain does work. So in the year 1950, then slowly it has propagated, and many people worked on the computer. Professor Babbage, then John von Neumann, inventor of the operating system. And evolved, I use the word evolved, concept is evolution. Then concept of convolution. There is a deduction, right? So if you maintain the proper ethical, moral values and ethical values, really you can build up your attitude towards working for the best thing. And you can enjoy your profession. Among the students should be studious. He should be studious. The teacher, he should be stupendous. So studious and stupendous are the both characteristics or attitude towards teaching phenomena, and I should not become stupid. It's very dangerous. The moment the students are not enjoying your lectures, that means there is a stupid action, right? It's called idiotic action. Somewhere is residing in your brain. The brain functionality not cooperating with your mind functionality, then there's a mismatch. I can give the frequency of brain functionality working, then mind coordination is there. That's called mind mapping. So mind mapping should be done perfectly with all the types of your attitudes, then the different types of education, teaching methodology, just like a tree of learning, wherein you have a stem and different types of branches, and in each branch you have the leaves, and with different leaves projecting and protecting the beautiful fruits. A tree without fruits will not be enjoyed by the birds. All types of birds fly in the sky. They search for the food from a maximum fruits on the trees. Therefore, I should be provided with myself, with the stem, then branches, leaves, as well as my fruits, so that my students, the birds, my students, they should come to me and come to the institution to learn. That means they are teaching very well, they are equipped with very good staff and laboratory, and they can give real-time examples so that I can grow myself. Most of the parents, they suffer the performance of the institution as well as the institutional teachers. But generally, the name of the college, suppose you have a very good child completing his 12th standard, you are lucky. You can join very good college because he knows from your students, from his friends. So friends are more important in the college. The teachers must have friendship, user-friendly with other staff to know about it. They are having as I told you, fear complex and shyness complex, which is known as afraid, quotation, afraid. You should not be afraid of anything else. Therefore, you have to cultivate all your students. First of all, remove the shyness character and fear complex. I see some of the colleges and the teachers, they don't reveal what they had in the personal way. They learned. They don't go and refer the book, go and refer the Google, try to get it yourself, learn by yourself. That's not the correct line. The basic platform should be given by a teacher. Until then, the student cannot shine and will become waste. And you become also waste because you are not improved by yourself. You are not developed by yourself. You are simply keeping going, watching the TV, television programs, and often you use the device, the mobile. The mobile is always to be used very carefully, and it should not kill your feelings and thoughts. Because of imagination, intuition, interpretation, incorporation will be lost if you use much more times your device is very dangerous. The first dangerous thing is you will forget your own self. You know one thing, one day I was using this mobile, that is a very simple mobile. It was given my grandson. I asked what is the cost of that? He told 700 rupees. I asked what is the highest cost you can pay? 7,000, 8,000, 70,000, what are lakh. Why you are asking me to use this? One day you will forget your own mobile. It has happened to me. I was talking to my friend through my mobile and I told my friend that I lost my mobile. But I'm having on my left hand side to the ear. Sir, in which mobile you are talking? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having my own mobile. That means a forgetting nature will always try to imbibe. This won't get a virus. Be careful. Don't think the corona is a very great viral fever. Your own device will become the viral element. So try to minimize, try to optimize. It should be optimum in usage of the devices. Not only this, you're getting up from the bed, the food courses, sleeping character, all these things to do must have some attitude. If your attitude is mismatched with your day-to-day activities, you are going into ditch. Don't attach too many adjectives, adverbs in the course of talking. For example, the girl looks very nice. Well, if I ask you, what do you mean the girl looks very nice? Because you are not able to understand the meaning of that. You are something seeing in the movies, cinema theaters, movies and TVs. Don't practice those words if you are a real teacher. Otherwise, you give a wrong meaning. And you talk always in your mother tongue without using the English language. Recently, one of my students completed 12th standard, is learning German language, is going to Germany after 3 years to complete his bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering. He's prepared, he completed the first course 4 months course, the preliminary course I completed. Because he is doing that because of parents, both parents, one is a lawyer, another one is a professor. They asked me help. I told them better do that. It will be more useful because the Germany, the last year means in the course last year, 4th year, they designed what the candidate should possess for the subsequent years of his living. If you study for 4 years, you have to survive with the knowledge you gain at least for 40 years. That is the best period. If you live only for 3 years or 4 years, it's a waste. Then the boy has joined, is undergoing. Then my next point is, you know the value of pi. Pi means the Greek letter pi. It's open-ended letter. You have a top, then 2 vertical lines, vertically upwards for the earth. The bottom is open. This is the open-ended letter. So the value, exact value, concise value, precise value is 22/7. If you have 7, the diameter, the circumference will be always 22 units. If you try to minimize and simplify, approximate, you say 3.14. The students are learning this 10th standard, 11th and 12th standard. So you start with the life with the approximation, with the simplification. So what is the one day timing I asked, how many hours a day? Yesterday people said that 24 hours. But if we exactly check it out, it's about 23 hours and 59.9 minutes and 59.9 seconds. This is what exact measured with the NASA. So we have approximation simply 24. But this error is creeping inside. If you allow more error, right, you make a mistake. If you make more mistake, you are going to be fault. If you have more faults, there is a fatal death in your subject area, and you will not be entertained by your college professor or a chairman or a HOD or dean. They will not recognize you. Some of the college in Coimbatore, they conduct some interview during this April, May. I seen that in the interview committee, and the same one day they sent out about 75 staff members because they have not upgraded of the knowledge with which they have got the degree in BE, and PhD. The basic, even the electromagnetic radiation, they were not able to give the clear picture. And one person asked, what is the Nyquist-Shannon theorem? The faculty teaches the subject, right? And digital signal processing and image processing. They ask the question, what is Nyquist-Shannon theorem? And somehow or other manage the signal frequency, what you are going to copper filtering should be greater than or equal to approximately. You have to use the word approximately, that's why I forgot. Greater than the twice of the maximum frequency, he told the formula. Then the professor asked, what is the maximum frequency if we give a signal, 50 Hz signal? He made a blunder. He says 50 Hz. No. Think for a while. He was not able to answer. The teacher is assistant professor, I don't want to tell the name, having about 7 years of experience, so no chance for getting promotion for associate professor. That means what I'm telling is, what all you learned, you have 5 fingers on the right hand side. What do they mean by that? The 5 fingers indicate that as a teacher, read, retain, remember, recollect, recall, revise, and reproduce. You reproduce in the classroom. So read, retain, remember, recollect, recall. If you are not making every day as a teacher, you may fail miserably. When you meet in the interview committee somewhere else, you will be locked. you will not enter. So you see a place where you have to be attached. That's called when, where, what, why. When, where, what, why. The question last is how? How? The how is spelling H-O-W. H stands for human being. O stands for omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. The O indicates that. W, the W stands for wisdom. So I know that, I learned that, have I got wisdom in myself? To build up the wisdom power, with the wisdom knowledge, you have to be always upgrade all kinds of things as a teacher. Don't apply things, what I'm talking today to the politician, don't attach. For politician, they are not at all necessary. If you're able to tell a lot of lies, untruth, unconventional things we do, you can make a politician. But a teacher's family, it is not at all possible. You should not be attached to these things. I should be always conventional with the ethics and moral values. Do I follow moral values? You ask yourself, how about your mentality and morality, the moral science, mentality and morality, your moral value? Do you really help your teacher? Some of the teachers, they take the book from the library, which is prescribed by the university or the college. They will not submit to the library back, but they always hold it for a whole semester. The students will not have a chance to refer the book. It is not correct on your part. So your ethics is lost. Your morality is damaged. Your mentality is worst. Don't do that. You may, if this comes, all these things comes mean together, your parents in the house has not taught you a super powerful cultural behavior. If the behavior is lost. When I meet a doctor, they come to me for some advices, right? Family advices, and marriage functionality. Some of the people, marriages occurred in the morning, after 3 months, there is a divorce, the problematic divorce. They come to me and ask me how to remove that. Then I give a different solution because I listen from my guru how to evolve. I use the word again, evolution, evolved. Right? You have a convolution, evaluation, wherein the deep learning is very, very important. Deep learning is not surface learning. Surface learning will not be helpful to you. If you ask a very simple question, what type of dress you are wearing, you cannot give answer on Thursday. Can anyone tell? No. Simply your dress, that's all. That means the dress code, not understood. The dress code is based upon the day's Lord. Your husband is a Lord. The God is a Lord. For every day there is a colorful Vipkaya. 7 days a week, 7 colors are there. It's all the sky. This information come from the space, The spatial energy, S-P-A-T-A, spatial energy. They travel with a particular speed, frequency, you can say it is a frequency. It propagates everywhere, throughout the world. The 600 crores people, they are enjoying that, but they are not happy. Please note. They are not enthusiastic. They are not happy. That's the meaning. And they are not bold enough, skilled enough, talented enough, good enough to meet the situation given to them on the particular date and time. So wherever you go, try to understand the place, the objective, the action, and the time. So this is called the one nibble. The computer science called the 4 activities known as nibble. And of course, you're right. At the age of 22, it stops. It won't grow. Your height will not grow. So longitudinally, you can grow, eating too much of food. too much of sleep, too much of talking. Right? People say you walk fast and your weight will come down. No. Sorry to say that. Very sorry. If food habits are very worse, after the age of 22, you are going to be out. You are eating at the age of 22 up to 22. How long you are late? Every week, 7 days a week. So 7 days a week you are living at the age of 22 up to where you are getting a degree. Degree is a certificate, it's only a paper. It's not gold and diamond. Right? So 22, at the age of 22, you complete the course B. Every week, 7 days, you enjoy the reading and learning and listening. Therefore, 22 by 7, the Greek professor told that it's a mathematical philosophy. I put it as a pi. The letter pi, if you just watch the pictorial diagram, you have a hat like on the top, and the 2 legs and 2 hands. That's why the 2 vertical line. Horizontally, you walk on the earth. Between the 2 legs, you have a space, opening space, wherein the air is moving, air flow. If you make a mistake in the air flow, miserably you fall down. Within a minute of time, somebody says, hey, somebody walked in here and died. Because the moral values are lost, mentality is gone, morality is gone away. This is not for everybody in the world. I'm telling you 600 people, crores. But as a teacher, you should confine yourself with a concise definition and precise definition without making any dialogues. So you should not dilate much during the course of talk. During the course of talking, spreading an impression, you see that your students are loving you very much. You should love the classroom lectures, you should love the teacher, love the syllabus, love your branch, you make them, then you have succeeded in your personal life of living as a teacher. If you miss to do that, you're out. Yesterday I met a student completed BE, ME, and going to write a thesis, PhD. And I asked him, in what way you expect your teacher to be wanted? He said, sir, I don't know the name of the staff. The staff taught me the subject microprocessor. The teacher told the book, you know the famous book on microprocessor? C language, all these lady teacher told, go and study yourself. The teacher has given the notes. He said, cut and paste notes from your Google service. Take the Xerox of that supply as if she has produced it. When the question is asked by the candidates, I told the word she, not able to, with the proper meaning. So the students said they all make a combined study, they got it. They got a good mark. Good is only 65. The best student referred to various other colleges' notes and he got 95. This is not the character of that particular staff member, not interested in learning, teaching. The present day, situation is a very difficult situation wherein you may swim, you can make a voyage, or cannot swim and cannot make a voyage because they are not given proper salary. It's not a blame on the management as well as blame on yourself. You have to search for like a bird. The bird always opts a voice by about 5 a.m., gives a second voice by 5:30 a.m., and flies away in the sky, searching for the food in the hood, which is always a good food for it. Now, how to tackle the particular situation, the corona period? There is only the government, headache of the government. They have not proper organization with advisory condition of the required people. Only the politician back it up. They have not experienced. If I ask myself, I can give a 4-hour lecture, 8 hours lecture in my field, where I have learned nearly about 55 to 60 years of learning. I can sustain. But to become a politician, nothing is there. Therefore, you should not be like that. That means your attitude will be lost, your behavioral attitude will be lost. Whatever I talk, the unknown people will follow that. If you make people to be unknown, unadvisable, ununderstandable, you are out. Your society is being spoiled and gone down. They will never come back. Never come back. I give a small story. In the year 1642, one beautiful star came from the sky. From the sky, a beautiful star came down to the earth. It's not coming down to ground. Please know, there is a difference between the word ground with respect to the earth. Earth is different from the ground. Try to find out the meaning. Even all the meanings what you see in the Google, it is only the meaning and definition given in the dictionaries available. Oxford Dictionary, Webster Dictionary. If you go inner way, you should get an experience from your teacher, the great teacher. That's called a monk, M-O-N-K, monk. Another word is S-A-G, sage. Another word is S-A-I-N-T, saint. Right? Not the preacher, please. If I go to the temple and ask the preacher, Om Shuklam, Bhadram, Vishnum, Sajivanam, Sadrubhujam, he tells the mantra. If I ask the meaning of that, sir, the bookla pathungo, nam theriyadhu. But it should not be that. A great guru means knowing everything, not only on the earth, above the earth. The mud below and the sky is above. You are living in this space, in this span. My teacher should be knowing both. What's happening around you, on the earth, above you all. There is super powerful space. Unless you do not know the astronomy, three-dimensional astronomy, three-dimensional calculus, three-dimensional navigation, the spatial astronomy, and good amount of mathematics, good amount of science, physical science, moral science, physics, chemistry, whatever it might be, engineering subject, knowledgeable, then only you can give the meaning of that. So 1642, the star has come down from the space to the earth. It lived for some time. Has grown up, growing. He was born to be lucky more than the nickel spoon. The spoon made by nickel. He had a teacher. He was searching for his teacher. But he said, I want my guru to see me, not the teacher. I understand. You know the meaning of guru and teacher difference? A teacher who can learn, listen, live, and teach the subject. But the guru means, guru means darkness. Gu. Tamil gugai. Ru means the light. A personality who can give a very good torch with a powerful illumination. To me, I can go and dive in the darkness and find a way and path to search. This is called Guru. If you say Mahaguru means, I can sit anywhere else, I can see all the things in the world. Even under the sea I should see. Above me, in the space, any point, I should see and listen the words uttered. This is called Mahaguru. It's very difficult to become that, right? Luckily, you see Karnataka, Sringeri Mutt, the latest guru, young man, was selected, he's being appointed. Some 2 weeks before I was able to see the TV program. He's a very young man, very, very lucky to be the guru of Sringeri Mutt. He's warning somebody else, right? That is the Vedas. So the learning of Vedas is always useful. Now this boy, about 16 years, searching the Guru, then he met one guy, very scholarly person. Then he said, what do you want? I want you to be my Guru, guiding me to find something else which will be useful to the world. Then Guru said, what do you know? Nothing. Oh, you do not know anything and nothing. You want me to guide? Yes. Then he told, go to the mountain and search throughout the mountain, forest and jungle. Come back after 1 year. Come back after 1 year. So the Guru instructs his personality to learn the searching algorithm. Really understand searching algorithm, sky. So he went there and what this Guru told me, okay, I'll go to the forest, jungles, ponds, river, rocks and mountains and caves. After 1 year, he came alone. He met the Professor. Guru, he met his Guru. Okay, what do you found? Yeah. I found the law which you have enunciated, but you have not proved. Guru said, what is the difference between your law and law? Something you are telling. What is the law and not proved? Law is universal. You have to accept with the culture and the nature. The natural supplies which you cannot eradicate and remove and damage. That is called the law. It cannot be proved. I can enjoy, I can visualize, I can see. You can perform an experimentation on the table. It is law. Okay. You mean to say that is my law, first law? Yes. You have not. Irregular term you have not used it. I see. Go back again. 1 year after, come back. So second year, he was traveling, come back. My Guru, I found a formula for you. You have not proved it. No. That is where the original is a formula. Law, formulation law is called formula. F equal to MA. What? F equal to MA. What do you mean by M and A and M? He told the inner meaning. This Guru was shocked. Okay, go back again. After 1 year, come back. After 1 year,
Yes, great. Readings.
కొంచెం My Guru, I got the third law. What is third law? So you all remember the third law, and first and the second law you don't remember generally because you as a teacher, I am teaching every day with the doctors, yeah, with the lawyers, yes, everywhere I am applying this one in different format. The unenunciated and Mahabharata, Ramayana. When you read Ramayana, you don't study Ramayana. Clear? There's a difference. You are reading the Ramayana. Mahabharata, you are reading that. If I ask what you studied, Dr. NGP College, Porkumar has not taught us to study Mahabharata. My teacher not taught me. The fault goes on the teacher. You ask his children, my teacher, lady teacher, very bad, doesn't teach. Some example, I'll go to later on. How the famous international schools in Coimbatore telling that if you're ready to face me, I can give you the answer, they can close down the school. So third I initiated a beautiful love. Guru was shocked. Embarrassed. Very good. What do you want? You know that, see the teacher and student. My student should be studious and stupendous. My teacher, my Guru. And Guru says, my student should be super scholar. The supreme power he must possess. Then he went, took his telescope, Understood who is that? Who is the inventor of telescope? First telescope inventor. Are you saying? Yeah, who is the inventor of the telescope? Oh.
Galileo.
Huh?
Galileo.
Galileo. Galileo. It's fine. So it's be a real-time example should be there. Then, okay, here comes in the Hindu Vedas theory. There is no India. This was called as India. Indus Valley, India. British fellow came, he converted to India. You know the person, the boy, name is Sir Isaac Newton. Isaac.
Telescope inventors Hans Lipperthy, Lyman Spector.
Open up.
Sir Hans Lipperthy, Lyman Spector.
Yeah. But the first astronomical telescope, I put the word.
Okay.
That was seen by Galileo.
Yeah, astronomical telescope devised by the Galileo. You see the word Leo. Your name must imply your powerful achievement in your life. Your name implies. The name is Namaha. நான் என்னுடைய பெயரை சொல்லுகிறேன். I should grow with the attitude based upon my name. நாமங்கள் நமக்கப்பட வேண்டிய name Leo. I should become the king of the play like a lion. It becomes Leo. Then Galileo asked, Isaac, all the people who are born in the world, they know everything as per Hindu philosophy. But there is something else they cannot give meaning. Like Adi Shankara. What do you mean by that? Your law is applicable, right? Along with my guideline, maybe first law, I formulate first law, but you revise as a second law. But third law you enunciated. Great. As long as the world, the universe is there, this is where the teacher, Guru, your law will never fail. எங்கேயாவது ஒரு டீச்சர் சொன்ன பார்க்கலாம். நான் சொல்லி கொடுத்து மறக்கவே மாட்டேடா சொல்ல மறந்தே போயிருந்தோமா உள்ள என்ன டாக்டர் வாயில் தான் ஷார்ட் லாஸ்ட் யூ மீன் டு சே ஐ நாட் நோ சம்திங் எஸ் தெர் இஸ் இன் தி philosophy you know everything but you don't know something. Do you agree? That question is not available. What is your Isaac? What is your fourth law? It's out. It's not able to give the answer. My Guru, I'm not able to catch you. No. I myself do not know. What could be I asked? What will be I have asked? What will be your fourth law? If you have got it, you're the great one of the universe. But I have only allowed it to fly with my telescope to live space, not to the mukti. Mukti kudukla nanu. Moksam kudukra mukti tharu. No. Okay, you take your own time. Do you want me again to go back for one full year to do it? Yes. Yes, many more years to do that. It's called the 4-year law. 4-year BE came now. Okay, 4th year struggled. Then the Guru called, no, you diverted idea, enunciated all the theorems, mathematical theorems. He gave the blessing. So Newton developed many formulas, many formulas. All the fields they entered. You know, if you go and see the space, go and stay there because we have a math model. Earth is center is a model 1. If sun is a model 2, it is centered, which you cannot go because you are living on the earth, not with the sun, not possible. So you are able to imagine all the things happening in the space with respect to earth. Is the only guy gave the astronomical meaning with the trigonometrical application of Pythagoras, three-dimensional theory he gave. What is the difference between stars? How do they move? Do you think it's static? No. Because the second law says, unless you give a force for a mass with an acceleration, it moves. The universe at top level, who is driving the force? Not mine. This is called the cosmic force. That's called Omni. O-M-N-I. And then Omni is myself. So, beautiful explanation being, and it was given by British people, Sir. So it's not achievable by anybody else. He was a very young boy. And based upon his work, Isaac Newton, theory, communication, electromagnetic field, electric field, mechanical. Finally, I was given I'm telling you joyfully, 1988, I was giving a special lecture for all the teachers like that in one of the universities. There were a combat and fight between somebody else within the staff members. Then I said, shall I help you? No. Yes, sure. Isaac Newton theory, third law stops. There's a fourth law, he has not enunciated. If I tell that, you will all accept. These are 44 people throughout India. Any word, any matter is always embedded internally. Inborn quality will be there. So the third law says for every action there will be equal and opposite reaction. Now split the word, the paragraph. For every word, for every action there will be reaction. Number one. Next statement. For every action there will be equal reaction. Second. For every action there will be opposite reaction. The three components are embedded without the knowledge of Isaac into one theorem, one statement. Therefore, there are three statements inbuilt, inborn, embedded in the third law. He is the greatest personality. But he didn't tell when it will fail. These are all applicable only the object which will never talk. The moment talks, it fails. So he was able to enjoy. Yeah, very great. Super. All the mechanical objects which will obey the law, works. The moment if the Sugala is entered, right, Priya is coming back, yo, so fail, law fails. Because there is no equal and opposite. The point is for every action. What do you mean by every action? And an equal action, then opposite. Do you mean that your wife is exactly equal and opposite to you? No, cannot be. You வந்து 36 வருஷம் 3 மாசம் 3 நாட்கள் 3 மணி நேரம் 3 இந்த தான் ஈக்குவல் பண்ண முடியும். Therefore, Isaac said, I took exactly equal. So when you make an object or a mechanical movement only to obey, otherwise you'll never obey. So still going on. What I am telling is, Isaac's bolt, nutted, you cannot touch. When a moment and my theorem fails, the universe will be collapsed, damaged. Therefore, we all teachers all together, working together, it should not be damaged, including the politician. Yeah, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Participants, so we can have a break for 10 minutes. And we'll join by 11:40. I want everyone to stay connected. So session will resume at 11:40. Thank you. start the session. Stay connected.
I said meeting stories now.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Hello. You know, the fourth law of a modified version of the statement of Isaac Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, who was awarded by his guru Galileo the astronomical telescope, the first astronomical telescope formulated by, developed by Galileo, gave to Isaac. With that, he has arranged a lot of information about the space. He's one of the best, very good, great astronomer of that period. He was born on 1642, 25/12/1642, right? 25/12/1642, and his skill and talent slowly propagated to others. The Poisson, Laplace, they studied the Laplace transformation, Fourier transformation, fast Fourier transformation, all things slowly formulated after the presence of the birth of Isaac Newton. Now, what I'm telling is the basis with which others subsequently followed his footsteps. They have understood the basics, concepts given by him. Therefore, I request everybody, all the teachers, try to well-versed with the basis of the basics. If you are strong enough in basics, you can win the world. If you don't ask, if you are not familiar with the basics, you may find different situation, or it's called delicate situation. The situation can be tackled if you know the law of deduction, as well as induction. Basically, electromagnetic form of induction. Michael Faraday, at the age of 16, those period people were all having highly intellectual and imagination powers, got from the space, not from the parents. Another fellow, the analytical mathematician, Edward John Roth, his parents were all carpenters. At the age of 19, he wrote a mathematical solution for the movement of the planet Saturn, 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 and submitted these to the University of London. And it was revised by 4 topmost vice chancellors. One of the vice chancellors, John Clerk Maxwell. He was also the student of the research group that nearly a lot of people applied for a scholarship with the explanation satisfied by the team of members. John Clerk Maxwell, theory of Maxwell, Maxwell equations, the electromagnetic theory. Maxwell is biggest contributor in physics, chemistry, as well as communication. Mr. B's thesis was not accepted. Edward John was about 19 years completely entering on to 20. He got a scholarship. I am telling this example, his parents were carpenters. You know the American first president of America. First president of America, who is that? Mr. Abraham Lincoln. His father was a cobbler. His father was not a politician. A real-time cobbler telling the truth, only the truth. Abraham, his father, was the greatest truth seeker, truth speaker, having moral values. At the last day also he was doing his job and profession. So if you follow the moral values, ethics and the attitude to live in the world with the best personality, you should follow some kind of skill and talent with attitude. Don't deviate much. I'll give a simple example, real-time example which I had enjoyed on 6th September of 2018. Yeah, 2018, just 2 years before, when I was traveling from Coimbatore to the biggest temple in the world, Tirupati, in the train, morning 7 a.m., started from Coimbatore to Tirupati railway station. It was about 1:45 p.m. Nearby my seat, and a young boy was sitting with me. You know, you can see me now. 2018 was a Friday, which I cannot forget my life. And the guy, the student, young boy, 7th standard, he asked some questions which were not able to me to answer the question. And I requested, put it up. Then the guy, the students were able to talk to me for 6 hours of time. You know why the guy asked the question? He wants people who should know much more than himself. The question was, I don't want to tell the question because sometimes you beat me, right? You have to try to find. So this guy was a student, the 7th standard student. He's a jack of all trades. I repeat, the guy is a jack of all trades. What is the next line? Anybody? If people say master of nothing, that is British word. It's wrong. This boy proved me jack of all trades and master of everything and anything on the earth. That's called the wisdom. I know, I've understood. I have wisdom. What is the expression www? Worldwide? Web. But this guy said me, it's a wisdom. Then I said, worldwide women. So I was very happy. Hey, Professor, how is that coin this word? So 2075, I predict the world will be ruled by women. All the gents, the male become slaves. Oh, you're a predictor? I said, yes. So, you know, and the British, you know, what's his name? Nostradamus. The guy asked me, 7th standard boy asked me, that means you predict means do you do that like Nostradamus? Yes, I do that, but without a crystal. Oh, with a crystal, you are able to do that. So what is the knowledge? Then he described Thursday, Friday, in the Dubai, only 5 days they teach and the 2 days holiday. I go for advanced learning institute by the American Indian people, all doctors. They teach me mathematics, physics, chemistry, advanced level, or demonstration. Here class in the morning, afternoon demonstration. All the laws will be shown, establishing the laws first, then theorem will be proved by them, and then and there we have to give the answer. They drive us very fast. I know typing, I know laptop, I know everything. There is nothing to tell I do not know. The guy stands and says, I can't tell that I do not know, I know. That the way the teacher and the student must be. I asked, what is the job you want to do? He talked many more times about Isaac Newton, about astronomy and flying the space and the 10 Commandments. You talk about 10 Commandments. Really great. I want to become a big scholar of the sky. I know here I want to go to the sky. What is the degree with which I can survive? Oh, you want to become a flying man? Yes. I should find a device. I should fly with no petrol. I said, you're a good, lucky fellow. You're born with a golden spoon. Golden spoon. A small one. I want a nickel spoon. Okay, we'll get it. Then finally, the station was coming. He asked about Lord Venkateshwara. The Puranas of Lord Venkateshwara and Goddess Lakshmi. He asked every meaning, every inner meaning, inbuilt, inborn meaning. This question going on, putting up a lot of questions. And that moment, 6 hours, I was able to revise my knowledge, answering the question of the guy, 7th standard boy. What is the question of your teacher? Can I enjoy 6 hours of questioning with somebody else and answer the question? In music, Western music, classical music, Indian music, and Vedas, Brikyaji Sam Adharvana, can I memorize Ajiveta, rhythm playing, guitar playing, all the things. And I asked, your name starts with the first letter V? Yes. The boy said, I have told V. Yes. Oh, why Vishnave Namaha? Vishalaya. Ah, I'm very Vishal. I have Yukaya. I have a little bigger span. I see anything like it. It is my contribution of my family people through my father and mother to me. That's the answer. So in the back seat, mother and father were keeping quiet. Then I asked, so what about your child? Shall I adopt this boy? Sir, the boy said, Daddy, I told you no. There is a person somewhere in India who will adopt me. Do you agree? That's what he. So this example wherein is very much skillful, talented in all the fields which you are not talented. And the parents are more important at this juncture to develop and nurture the kids, the daughters, the sons. So the parents are more important, delivering their real values, attitudes to the children. Then when the child will grow very well. Still, he was talking to me, he asked the last question. Professor, do you use mobile? I said, no. You don't use mobile? Oh, like me, you are not using. Yeah. Then who helps you? I told my friend, he helps me. So he makes all the dictionary terms and terminology of you and keeping down and intimating you back. Yes. So you minimize the timing of wasting. Good. You have very much optimum. I have heard the word optimum. You have heard of Charles Darwin? He said, yes, I heard of. He developed his beautiful algorithm. Do you know that? Yes. His genetic algorithm. You have written any book on genetic algorithm? I should not claim. I have not written, but I compiled all this. Oh, you edited the book? Yes. Can I tell the name of the book? Advanced Genetic Algorithm. Dr. Sumati, yes, Sumati. Dr. Sivanandam. What do you mean by doctorate? What do you mean by doctorate? What is the expansion of PhD? Then I use the word. Oh my Sri Vatsava. Oh, you have found my name. I never tell my name, but how you found? Because the way you drive me to find the meaning of the word, I know that Sri Vatsava. Oh, there is Lord Venkateshwara. Do you mean that? Yes. I told the meaning of a PhD. Then I told the book. Who is the publisher of the book? Northern Publishers. Which country does he belong? New Zealand. These are the questions 7th standard boy, your school cannot ask. Because the Thursday and Friday you lose advanced technology of the words. forming the coins. If I ask Karpagam what is the name of the meaning of the name, you will not just tell that. Luckily, I was using those skill and talent in my personal life because my teacher who taught me the subjects. And he was very happy. I was so doubly happy. Then I told mother, I go, Payana, and adopt. The guy was very happy. Mommy, see that this professor is much more than my college school teacher. He knows what all I know. He says, what all I know, what all he knows, I have to learn. Professor bless me, tell my mommy, man, I told them these are things you can study and you can fly in the sky. Why don't you concentrate on that? You look at the French government, go through the syllabus of Germany and prepare for yourself for developing your skill and talent. At that time, the platform came slow. Sad. Can I touch your feet? It's a job. No, I touch the feet of the gentleman. It is so power. Wow. Can I shake hand? No. Why? If you become more than what I am. Very shocked. So the lovable candidate, the lovable bird, I call all the people as a bird. You know bird's algorithm, you know ant's algorithm, you know rabbit algorithm, tiger algorithm. Clear? Rabbit, tiger, then it's called ant colony algorithm, honeybee algorithm. There are so many algorithms in the book 2019 published. We have that. What I'm stressing is only all the algorithms, nearly 183 algorithms are all on the animals and birds, natural system. Not with the IASM algorithm, Sivanandam algorithm. No. Because we are not developed. We simply read and studied, no study, read. Reproduce the examination, reproduce the classroom lectures. That's not necessary. Don't reproduce. Develop your wisdom. I know, I've understood. Do I have wisdom? Our elderly people, forefathers of the Indian philosophy, psychology, everything, inventors, innovators, they were having wisdom. So W stands for world. It's open door, open world. It's not a closed word like whoa, it's not closed. Open door, center. So just inverted, it becomes CM. That's called man. It's a flying word. It's a visionary system, the word. It can see open, because open to the space. We all understood what is space. Open. See that open. Get the power, that's called the mindful power, cosmic power, bring down. All the lines will combine downwards only to the earth. So earth, the first three letters E-A-R. Ear. That's called the listening power. So when you see the word ground, if you remove G, it becomes round and round. The words can flow round and round throughout the whole. Reach my ear. The meaning of the ear, you should understand, is open to the sky. So in the corona disease, you have been having the mask, real mask, and folding your hands, but you have not closed the ear. You cannot close the ear. Because the moment you close it, activity, all will be gone, out. So hands, if you just a chairman, suppose you take over chairman. What do you mean by chairman? The first letter, if you remove C, it will become airman. H-A-R-I-H-A-I-R-M-A-N, airman. If you remove letter H, it becomes an airman. He's going to fly in the sky one day, you leave the world, that will be your airman. He can fly in the sky. Therefore, the way in which you teach, the teacher must know the real meaning of the word, adverb, adjective, attach the real example, so that the student will enjoy it. He will never forget you. Even his words are best. You should not give the examples of the back. Whenever you go to visit the college, they say, do's, don'ts. You should not tell the don't. It's not correct. Always positive. The opposite word, you should not tell that. This is all my personal observation. The brain is the B for be bad. The brain is very powerful of learning the word bad. Therefore, don't use bad. Always tell the good, elegant, excellent, essential, and empower yourself. Always. And remove the shyness, as I told you earlier, and complexities, remove that. Most of the houses tilted. The mother always gives an afraid character, attitude to the baby girl. The girl afraid of coming outside the room. You must tell what are the goodness with which you can survive when you go outside. Because in my room, early morning, 5:30, with this divide, the boy and girls standing behind the tree, having a loving song, loving words, out. Culture is gone, ethics is gone. Very, very sad picture going on. You take any magazine, news magazine, any teacher will claim, I learned from Dinatindi, Malay Malar, Kalai Malar. Anything you learned? No. It was a MPhil thesis by one of the students of Madras University, MPhil thesis. Thesis title is, what are the various components and the meanings and words uttered in all the newspaper magazines available in India? Starting from the age, 45 years ago, the best invention in the world. Which is the best invention in the world? Printing press. Not your mobile and television, no. Because this only you are transporting into the television. With this paper, you are not putting up. So this guy gone through all the papers, Tamil, Hindi, he classified a result in which page, which matter will be there. He told me earlier, 20 years ago, same thing now. And he said, these are the pages, columns, don't read. It's all worst. So what I am doing is, if you see the first page headline, I straight away jump to the last page of the music. Where sports will be there, drama will be there, dancing will be there, meeting will be there, cultural meeting will be there. It's more useful. And the guy you completed, don't read political information, it will spoil your brain. So politically, you cannot forget. If you are a teacher, I am stressing, it's only for teachers and teaching methodology. You refer many books. Devise what I can do that in my area. So my professor, Krishna Mayangar of GCT 1959 to 62, he taught me hydraulics. He was the first professor who came to London, wrote down a book on hydraulics. Still I am posting the book. The first basic book needed. With that knowledge, I am able to remember all types of notches, hydraulic meaning, equation, Bernoulli's equation, right? Still it is there, you cannot erase that. If you take mathematics, without binomial theorem, you cannot start. Right? When I asked a teacher in the binomial, I asked it, state binomial theorem. She is doing, I think completed, she was doing Bharat University mathematics. I simply asked, what is the binomial theorem? Suddenly, express y over to the upper x power n dot n here x power n minus a power is equal to a power n. Is the theorem? No. You only gave mathematical representation, but not the theorem. Oh, sorry. Is the way you teach in the classroom? Yes, sir. State Pythagoras theorem. What is Apollonius theorem? Sorry, you were asking very basics that I all forgot. Going to complete doctorate in fuzzy neurology. I asked, who is the inventor of the fuzzy? You mean fuzzy word or fuzzy concept? No, both are same. Fuzzy word or fuzzy concept. Fuzzy word is a dictionary, but fuzzy concept. Sorry, advice. Oh, okay. She's a teacher, 24 years old, 25 years service. But she is eligible for first B class teaching, but who's a real mathematician, practical mathematician means they are not. They cannot. And the fuzzy, you have inferential fuzzy mathematics. Every inferential. So it's still more highly mathematical oriented. Inference engine, based on that, developing fuzzy inference engine. So what I'm telling that, there is a study available in the Google. He's the only guy whom I came across. He studied a thesis on the dogs, D-O-G-S. Dogs. He selected 10,000 samples of dogs throughout the world. 10,000 dogs. The psychology, what your title says, that guy has applied the impact and the ethical, style and attitude or so on to different countries' dogs. It took up 6.5 years, 7 years. The paper is available in the net. He got the doctorate. I asked, why you have done this thing? Wow, what's that? There is something I can't tell. Throughout the world, Westerners, they like dogs. But in Arabian countries, they never. In Arabia, in the Quran, it is not recommended a dog should be kept protection in the house. Through Islamic countries, no dogs. So I have not taken the example of Islamic countries, only the Western Canada, Africa. And now he is a very good agent for suggesting the dogs based on the climates. That's what I am telling you. Is there a purpose and serving the people? Device product oriented, you should serve. There is a University of Finland, F-I-N-L-N, Finland. The thesis work, or what if you go with Dr. Karpagam, what is your doctorate? Doctorate. How many products you have developed in your thesis? If you have it, you can talk, otherwise you can leave. My latest student was sent out. He was there for 6 months and after that, always tried to learn product manufacture. Sent out. That professor age is 96. He has got so many patents. All product to be sold by the company sponsored. So that's why I told Dr. Kumran, try to apply for Guinness record. You know who is the one. I applied, but what is the latest as on 3rd, 12, 2020? What is the publication you have now today? I said, no, sorry, don't. So you say your brain and the mind will be enriched if only you update every minute. That means you have a listening power, vision. What is your analog computer and digital computer? Analog computer is a continuous process. Digital is not like that. Discrete, value. So you have 2 powers, 2 eyes, that's for vision. 2 ears, that's for listening. So listening power, visioning power, the talking is only one. Because it should be precise and concise. If you make presentation with mistakes and error, you are lost. Therefore, listen, have a vision, understand yourself, They present the material using only tongue. Okay, the tongue is necessary common to make mistakes. And if you are not listening to the frequency level, your power is lost. If you are not having the visionary, the span power of eyes, again lost. So you speak, write, read, write, speak. There are three components. You are living with what? 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. And your mother tongue, words. Right? You have a number, the words. With that, you are living with white paper. To read and write white paper. And you get your color paper. This is big as A4, A3. There is only small paper. Your life only lives on the paper. That is called certificate. To achieve the biggest certificate, you have to work very hard. And small paper, again double work. So you try to see how much I learned. My practice every day is when I go to bed about 10:30 p.m. I ask myself, what I have done for this whole day? Which are things I observed? What I gathered? And tomorrow, what shall I do that? Have you enriched yourself? So morning, I get up by about 2:45 a.m. If you allot more timing, you can learn a lot. So, with no errors and mistakes, learn. With no errors and mistakes, learn. With the learning amateurs, live like that. With no errors and mistakes, learn every time. With that learning, live as you like. That is not that. An example, one fellow was shopping, I was there, I was on 100 rupee note. And another two guys came. This is a book on the shop owner, having a dialogue. He took my 100 rupee note with him. After 5 minutes, said, you will not pay the money. I had a big time. No, I get the blue color note. Blue color. Blue color, okay. What you will do? Okay. I simply looked at his face here. Observation system. Then see my two eyes. If so learned, sorry, sir. He gave me 100 rupee back. That is missionary system listening probably last with those two people having a quarrel. So you should not make a quarrel with yourself. So how you will win yourself? Next question as a teacher, how I can win myself? If you are not able to win yourself, you cannot win anybody, including a child. If you want to win yourself, you should be equipped with all kinds of tools, necessary components, devices, organs. I take my food, simply that, right? All my organs inside, devices will function after the food item you gave. So internal system, how do they begin? There. Brush potter, toothbrush potter, Dr. Reddy's bread. Who will brush your inside components? There is only mantras, music, yoga, and meditation. And playing and sports and games is a very well organized body. Even if you give $600 billion, you cannot buy this body. It is contributed by the universe through your parents. If you know it, understood very clearly, that's why when I go for a temple and very big yagas, all the big shirts, remove the shirts. That is the meaning of that. Even including if you have a small medium, all the spatial power, cosmic power must come and touch you, you'll be clear. That's why open air treatment. Kerala, they give the message. So basically, after doing all these things, one fellow came, example, he came from Singapore. He met everybody. He is, I'm telling you, he did 4 years ago I met, but he is now. Having a problem of itching and scratching. He said, Allah hair removed, but he takes a comb. He met all the doctors in Singapore. Then he came to PhD. I was sitting on Sunday. What is the problem with you? People told me to see you. Oh, I've seen you. What do you want? I have this kind of disease for the last 20 years. I've seen all doctors, I met them medicines, no improvement. I asked you, are married? Yeah, I'm married. Definitely I'm telling you, you don't have a child. Am I? Yes, I don't have a child. For Singapore, when you were living for 20 years, you make funny, fundamental mistake, silly mistake. Do I? You spoiled whole body, internal organ or out. There is a place in Kerala. Go have a treatment for 2 months. He went there. 2 months, the charge is 4 lakhs. On the treatment, they are able to remove 95% of this disease. Only food, natural sun treatment. Then he came back. Sir, thank you very much. Can you thank you very much? I don't have any scratching of this. They must have warned you. Don't cross that. Yes, sir, I'm not doing that. Come and see me after 4 months, I told him. Because I study using horoscopes. Right? There is a scope, if you release a guy, hora means time, hour. Hora for a scope is called horoscope. It's English word, Sanskrit is H-O-R, hour. Hora, British word is hour, H-O-U-R. Why are you saying 4 months? No, simply I told you, try your luck. 4 months after they are very well, come back. If you are not, don't come back. You almost fooled up. Years over, he has not come back. I am telling the energy power, the frequency with which you live on this year must be in synchronism, coordination with the spatial power, cosmic power, energy power. You survive. That's all. If you go against that energy power supplied by space through your parental power, mislead, not mixing improperly, you will collapse and love your death. Therefore, sleeping is one eligible character training in practicing for your death. Sleep. And about basic bone frequency model, it will change because of your stomach. So less food make you feel comfortable. If it's not comfortable, try to understand what kind of dress you are wearing. So mostly ladies, right? But seriously, don't take it very seriously. Why there's an opening for the ladies here? Why? And you and I, no opening. Why? You try to find the answers. All the ladies don't tell. I will not tell the answer. After most of the time, they will not keep quiet. It's called monkey's algorithm. You will not come back. It's going on. It's going on. That's what you are doing now. You scratch yourself. It's called touching the Lord. That's called healing power. I won't touch you, but if you look at my eyes and talk for 1 hour, your disease will be out, gone out. Externally. You want to go internally, I can go. But touch without. That's called the touching algorithm. Monkey's algorithm, it will kill you. Touching algorithm, it will never kill you. It's called the what's called the special something called Korean, some algorithm name without touching. This I've done. I went to Vellore Hospital one day. I was standing outside under the tree of Lord Vinayaka. I was standing simply like that. Some people came. Said, you are a doctor. So to satisfy that, I said, I am a doctor. I have this problem, what shall I do? I said, okay. I told him in Tamil language, please do that, it will become all right. Child இருக்கே, child கொண்டாங்க. அப்போ பார்த்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் தண்ணியெல்லாம் வாங்கி ப்ரே பண்ணி I learned to pray with water. I've done that. அங்கே போய் உட்காருங்க, டீ காஃபி சாப்பிட்டு பேசாங்க. சரிங்க, அப்போ அந்த குழந்தை நான் வந்து it's called non-contact alcohol. It's a German process developed. It's called a contact. So you contact your children by shaking hands. இப்போ ஷேக் பண்ண முடியாது கரோனா. அல்லது பண்ணி கடைசியில் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து they went into the hospital to see some of the patients. I asked, before they going, I asked, what are the names of the people who are going to see? They say A, B, C or not okay. What is the problem they have? They told this is the problem. So how much time will take? They told such amount of time. Okay, you won't come back. So meantime, you see, there are crowds nearby me. Sir, you know மந்திரம் தெரியுமா? இல்லையே, நீ என்ன பண்றீங்க? என் குழந்தை நல்லா அழகலையே. ஓ மேலே ஒரு பெரியவர் இருக்கார், அவர் நான் ப்ரே பண்ணேன் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. So they all went on for about 2 hours. It was an ACT visit to that college to give permission by me to that to start. அப்படின்னா 5 people, listen. நான் ஒவ்வொரு போன அந்த 5 பேர் நல்லா ஆயிட்டாங்க. அப்படியா? தெரியும். ஆமாயா, they're good, they become all right. Okay. This is called a non-contact algorithm. With the help of the gracious God's frequency of relieving the people from any type, any kind, if you live, you have to follow. The man who follows in personal life, if you apply the technique, it will work out. I don't like Solomon Papaya or somebody else. Sorry to say that. ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லிட்டு திருக்குறள் சொல்லு. No. In the 1030 திருக்குறள் poems, phrases, I reduced to 133. 1 in 10. There are 10, I make it 1. How is that? I have 10 fingers. Yeah, I can make it 1. If we join it, become 1. So from the words I picked up, because I learned the words algorithm, then phrasing will learn, your ontology, computer language, the discrete mathematics. One day, one of the Tirukkural fellow came. I asked him, what is the speciality of Tirukkural? No, you cannot find a word in Tirukkural, கடவுள் வராது. தெய்வம் தொழாள், கொடுங்கன் தொழுது எழுதாள், பெய்யின பெய்யும் மழை, அது தெய்வம் தான் வரும். கடவுள் வராது. Then I said, what is the best poem you can compose using Tirukkural? So a big question. What do you want to? No, out of 1033, 1330, can I minimize that? So I take 3 years. But I write from 6th standard, I know the poems. There is a backup. So I read in the kind of on the last stage, I am able to come down 133 out of 1330. The first I was thinking and finally said, which is the troubling matter for myself? Troubling matter is my food. Yes. Not sleep, my food. What I intake, that's what it spoils me. Yeah. What will not spoil me? Right. Then I compose a thing. Eat less. That word came from my mind somewhere else. Eat less. You sleep less. With that?
So we have to pray to the participants.
So, anybody wants to?
They were praising. You want to ask? They are raising hands for asking something. Some those clarifications.
Yeah. Right. கொஞ்சம் வளம் மாதிரி வை
Professor Neela Patel, I think you have raised your hands. If you want to interact, you can unmute yourself and have the interaction with the speakers.
இது கொஞ்சம் பலமா படி.
Neela
Patel.
Leela Patel.
Yes, are you there?
Simply பண்ணி சொல்ல question. What is the question? To the point. That's what I'm telling you. When you talk, it should be always to the point. It should not be diverged, dilated. Diverged and dilated. Can I see that? Question, you are
You can even post your questions in chat box so that we'll inform,
You do one thing, Suna. My observation is, why don't you take the questions? Okay? You give to me. I'll do the solution, possible solution. A possible solution will become sometimes impossible. An impossible question will bring some possible answers. So there will be multi-dimensional answers possible for the question. You get a hold of the questions from them and give me possible answers I can attack. You can dispatch for everybody. That's the best way. That's the best way. You can tell that. Please send all your questions.
So they have one question, sir.
Yeah, because it is going to be 2 weeks program. So you can collect all the questions. I need, it is helping me also.
Students want things easy nowadays. They don't want any advice. They only want marks. That's all. They learn only marks. If we are interested, they don't come nearby. They stay away from us. So why is it they have?
See, this question is simple. When you go back your pre-KG, LKG classes, pre-KG, LKG, UKG classes, first standard, second standard, you know the word, you just got the word. Pre-KG, UKG, LKG, something like that.
Pre-KG, LKG, UKG.
What is the expansion of that each? KG means?
Kilogram.
Not kilogram. Right? Actually, there is a kilogram.
Correct.
The way that you attach by the teacher to the students being loaded in your brain, that's not the maturity level. 1 plus 1, 2. When you learned, when you're unknown, that's in the Finland. When you complete the age 7, they admit the class. Until then, they won't. When you complete the 5th standard, then they teach mathematics. Until when soft subjects to be taught, therefore my brain should not be overloaded. I should understand the generality of all the things available in this space. I am equipped with the mental ability and mental capability and mental capacity by my brain and the mind. So you have to make the candidate to think. If you need a file B, microprocessor, C language, can take a book, take, go on, read. That's all correct. So the mentality and maturity level is there, then you can understand. So right from the earlyhood, if you practice with your online presentation right from earlyhood, I will not feel very difficult now. So based upon your 1-0 or 1 plus 1, you're going to equip with advanced technology. It's difficult for understanding always. The questions collect segregate and number use down cut record. That you can do booklet create for me, 2 weeks for that. Up you can go to for all the college. Useful for you.
No, if anybody they want to ask the questions, they can unmute.
General question, mathematical, scientific
Scientific unmute பண்ணிட்டு
generally this should be learned right from the earlyhood. That's the problem. So when I was learning I learned starting from first standard. also called as first form. Understand very clearly. First standard, first form. In the meaning, I formulate myself as become a form of what I learned first standard. I'm getting standard, go on to the second standard. I have to formulate. This is called the fit, fair fit. Fair fit, right? Fair fit means I'm fit enough to become a fair boy, not F-A-R-E. Oh, you are fit for coming to the college? Yes, yes. You got so much more? Yeah, I'm going to a standard level. My standard is different. So the level of maturity, level of understanding, standard, these are all interwoven. And you can get the things as early as possible. So your learning process lengthens long, the understanding for getting down because you are going to become aged. The most Sugna, the most best encounter, is it? The most best encounter is your age. Your age goes away from you. That encounters you, it will kill you if you make a mistake. That's why you always try to have a nice bath. In the morning, get up, do some exercise, take a nice bath. They'll go for prayer, they'll go for the yoga and meditation, so small walking. These are cultural based. If you do it culturally, then you will definitely have a moral ethics will come automatically. The moral has been taught by parents, my grandmother, grandfather. You don't call from the nearby house people, no, not necessarily. அது மாதிரி பண்ணுறது நான் எல்லாரும் கேட்க முடியும்.
Thank you, sir, for your appealing and sensitizing our inner self. I facilitate thinking. I engage minds. I cultivate dreams. I learn every day and I teach. On behalf of the HPIT fraternity, a heartfelt appreciation to our expertise and to the present Sivanandam sir for persuading our strength and inner thoughts. We are sure the participants will take forward the implementation of the same in their area.
Any questions you can take?
Any questions they can ask at the
You can
end?
dispatch to the
Any
engineer.
questions you can dispatch in those chat box also, so that we will forward to the expertise and get back to the. Let me put on record our indebtedness to our management for the continued support, to our mentor, Dr. K. Professor, who has been a catalyst and encouraging us at all times. Our gratitude to our beloved Nichumi for motivating us in all our endeavors. Thanks to the organizing team and all others for their logistics. We would greatly acknowledge our honorable participants for their presence in this knowledge transformation program. Thank you all once again. Stay safe. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Participants kindly join the association sharp at 1.
You want to நடத்து